long time, we have seen Ben Roethlisberger dominate in parts in certain years in the NFL on his way to winning a couple of Super Bowls. Now, I want to start by saying I'm going to state and restate the obvious here, but I think it has to be said. Big Ben has one last shot to win another one, especially with the Pittsburgh Steelers this year. I think last year a lot of people, after they got in their winning streak, what was it, 10, 11, 12, or whatever it was in a row, I think a lot of people lost sight of really the kind of player he was because just, after when the losing started, excuse me. And I think the way that he played and the Steelers played together, I think that they kind of knew that this was a team that could go all the way, and they are certainly a team that can do that. I mean, let's just talk about their weapons. I'm not even going to include their offensive line because it's usually mostly dominant, but Kendrick Green, I think, is going to be one of the best, especially options that they were able to get him there too. I think he's going to be amazing. I mean, you talk about David DeCastro. I mean, their offensive line historically has been pretty good, but Big Ben, he's got his name for a reason too, because he can, throw with defenders on him. So, but at the end of the day, let's talk about their weapons. You lost James Conner to the Arizona Cardinals, but you draft Najee Harris in the first round. Okay, represents Steelers football a little bit. Then you go and you have some of the receivers you do. Juju Smith-Schuster, Deontay Johnson, who, by the way, first of all, Juju is probably going to learn to stop dancing on teams' logos pretty soon, at least hopefully. Anyway. But then you also have a wide receiver in Deontay Johnson, who I think is on his way to becoming one of the best wide receivers in the entire NFL. And when he gets on the field, he is electrifying. I mean, you talk about a guy that had nearly 1,000 receiving yards last year, 7 touchdowns, over 80 catches. And really, to me, I think is a huge difference maker on that team and deserves some respect. And then we can't leave out Chase Claypool, the electrifying rookie who scored had 9 receiving touchdowns last year and also ran 2 more in. Of course, Eric Ebron is in the conversation as well. I think what he's been able to do in receiving 5 touchdowns last year, and also what he did with the Colts, kind of a career resurgence, if you will. The Steelers are in no shortage of weapons. That's a really roundabout way of me saying that. There's just no shortage of weapons, and I think Najee Harris is only going to exemplify what they try to do when they run the football and just the kind of team they are. So Najee Harris, I think, in my opinion, I think is an upgrade over James Conner, but I love me some James Conner though. So to be able to get a good running back, you got your offensive line that I don't really have a lot of questions about, but we'll see how that all pans out, because at the end of the day, even if it does crumble, I believe in Big Ben. I believe in this offense, and you have to, because again, this is at least Big Ben's. Notice how I said Big Ben's last shot. It's Big Ben's last shot because this team is actually stacked from top to bottom. And then I don't know what they could do with a guy like Dwayne Haskins or maybe Mason Rudolph. I think Dwayne Haskins can come in and start for this team and just tear it up. I got some faith in Mason Rudolph too, but Dwayne Haskins is a different animal if you ask me. Maybe they can get something out of him. And then you look at their defense. And the Steelers' defense historically, I mean, that's kind of been what they've been known for. I mean, you talk about the Iron Curtain. It's kind of impressive how good their defenses have been in the past. And for them to have some of the talent that they do have on this roster, it's a lot of fun. I mean, Stephen Tuitt, Cam Hayward, T.J. Watt, who's one of the best edge rushing linebackers in the entire NFL, even at that will spot. Devin Bush, I think, is going to come in and stay healthy this year and do some good things. You got your Terrell Edmonds. Minka Fitzpatrick is one of the best safeties in the NFL. So there's no shortage of talent on this team. And to me, there really has truly never been a shortage, because Mike Tomlin also just seems to get the best out of everybody. But with the amount of players that they have, this team could be good for a long time. I would say at least for the next 3 to 4 years if they get the quarterback situation, if Dwayne Haskins pans out like I think he will. Because I'm not giving up on this young man yet. I think he's going to be a tremendous football player, especially under Mike Tomlin. But as far as Big Ben Roethlisberger goes, this is it. this is it. This is his last year to go out and get another one, and it was evidenced by his pay cut to be able to free up cap space. Excuse me. But this is going to be a fun. And I didn't even mention getting Pat Freiermuth in the draft either. I love that pick too because I think he was, in my opinion, for my money, I thought he was the best tight end in the draft. So no shortage of weapons, a good defense, a Hall of Fame head coach, and a quarterback that is, in my opinion, going to be one day in the Hall of Fame. In his last shot to win a Super Bowl. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support we've gotten. And let's go out and just really have a great rest of our weekend and get ready for football season.